So I just came off the Izu Skyline, which I think is probably one of the best roads I've ever ridden in my life. Just spectacular. And you just got Mount Fuji creeping in and out between the hills. Now I've peeled off and I'm now in the central part of the Izu Peninsula, in sort of like a valley. There's a stream on my left there, and the hills all coming up in front of me there. I'm guessing this would be probably farmland or something, but I thought, well, this would be a pretty nice place to tell my motorcycling story so far. Oh, look, there you go, some cherry blossoms. To be honest, I was always a car guy, really. I think my first word apparently was car. I learnt driving actually when I was about probably 10, 11 years old in Finland. When I'd go there on holiday, I'd go to, like, pretty sure every Finnish kid learns how to drive like this. You go to like old abandoned quarries, frozen lakes, and you teach your kids to drive. So my dad taught me how to drift the car, power slide it, and do 180s. I think that's how everyone should learn how to drive. But in terms of motorcycling, I'd say I'm pretty much a late bloomer. I don't know if I was maybe turned off a few times. I mean, several family friends who've been motorcyclists and have had pretty sort of nasty spills, you know, required several operations to fix things, and joints never got fixed and what have you, and so it kind of sort of puts an edge on things, I guess. I think what actually did infect me, I saw a picture of a Triumph Daytona 675R, still my dream bike. Started inquiring about how much it would cost to insure it, even though I had no license. This was about 3 years ago in 2011, and then from there, like many of us, I think we started watching motovlogging videos. So it's really to motovloggers that I owe the fact that I'm now riding a motorbike, and I hope that my videos can inspire somebody or more than one of you to start riding, just from seeing, you know, how much you can enjoy life, how much you can enjoy. And that's the thing, is that there is, of course it is dangerous. I mean, there's no need to kid ourselves about it. We don't have a protected cage, we're on two wheels. There's so many more variables involved than in a car. That the reality, I think, is that we're not so much afraid of the danger of it, but we're afraid of living. You know, you just feel alive when you're on this bike. I'm seeing things that I would have probably never come to see if I came to Japan. I mean, the 3 times that I've come here, I mean, I've never come out into the rural areas like this. What other form of transportation can afford you such enjoyment on roads like these? And you got streams, trees, bamboos, clear skies. I mean, I think the first motovlogger that I started watching was Snowcat. He was pretty funny. It doesn't upload as much as he used to, but look at all these. These must be, I don't know if these are terraces for rice fields or not. I owe thanks to the Baron as well, because his recent Euro trip inspired me in a way to do this as well. Is that, you know, he had never done touring. I've never toured before. I'm a newbie when it comes to riding. You know, is that when you see somebody, you know, who can just show you that it's not that difficult just to get on a bike and start riding. I mean, yeah, do a bit of preparation. You know, you got to find out local laws, whatever, make a bit of a plan of where you're going. But if you can come and do this, I mean, why are you wasting your time watching me do it? Yeah, fine, get inspired, but get on a bike and get out and just live. I mean, I guess I could say is that riding was probably the missing component in my life that I didn't really know was missing, and now that I've got it, GPS lady's interrupting me. So I'm doing this trip completely solo as well. I mean, I don't really understand Japanese apart from a few words like, do you speak English, is ego ga wakarimasu ka, I'm English, watashi wa igirisu jin desu, and that kind of gets you through the things that you need to do, and okudasai is please. So I mean, that's those, you know, 5-7 phrases have pretty much got me through this whole tour. I always think you should try and learn the local customs and language of the country that you're in. It just makes the small bits of conversation that you need to have to get by work. Right, while I was browsing the map in England, looking for the routes that I would take, I came across this road which was basically a circle on the map, and I couldn't understand what it was. But when I looked in closer, they've actually built a full spiral road that runs down this valley. I mean, you get the feeling that the civil engineers round here, they just looked at this place and thought, you know what, let's just, for the hell of it, build a spiral roadway down to the bottom. I mean, this is just, it's nuts. And it's not one layer, I think it has 2 layers. So I'm now on the 2nd layer. We're going down this valley. It's just mad. And don't forget, this structure will also have to be earthquake proof as well. So if you want to come and see that, it's on the National Route 414, about 3/4 of the way down the Izu Peninsula. Just worth to go around that. Because I don't think I've ever been around a spiral like that. And then further down this road as well, you're greeted by the blossoms, which have just about come out. I think it was forecast this year that that Hanami would be around, I think, the end of March, with full blossom, I think, in around first 2 weeks of April. Feeling pretty lucky that there are already cherry blossoms out, even though there's a tiny bit. That's enough for me. What's amazing is that people live here among all this spectacular hilliness, and I've used spectacular. I think there should be a count of how many times I've used spectacular, wonderful, glorious. But people live here, and you've got to be. I mean, it's out in the boonies, properly out in the boonies, but it's definitely worth a visit. And I think this part is known, that cherry blossom trees line the road all the way down to the coast in Kwazu. I think is Kawazu is the coastal city, or coastal town. Well, after about 7 or 8 hours riding, just stopped off to have a bit of lunch on the last Skyline that I'm on before I head back to Tokyo again. I think I've ridden today 200 kilometers so far. Probably got another 100 to get back to Tokyo. It's been a spectacular day. I mean, you can probably see there's a bit of snow, but it doesn't really matter because it's all by the side of the road. Although it's a bit disconcerting seeing snow plows at the entrance to the toll road. So you can probably see up over there. That's where I'm going to carry on snaking around these hills. I mean, it's bloody tall, Mount Fuji. It's 3 kilometers high. It's just you don't realise how high 3 kilometers is until you actually look at it from here. There are bits like this which are a bit concerning with the meltwater coming off from the snow. Last time I saw a temperature readout, I think it was about plus 10 Celsius, that is. But it's nice though, I like riding with snow on the sides of the roads. The only thing I'd say about coming down to the Izu Peninsula is that if you come all the way to the bottom and go on that spiral road that I went on earlier, and then you try and come up on the coastal road, especially on a weekend, Sunday, the traffic is just horrendous. I mean, it's to the point where, you know, if I want to waste my time, I'll take a bus. You know, I didn't come here to sit in traffic for hours on end. Again, I have no clue what any of this means. The colours are quite muted. Well, of course it's winter time, but I think some of these are bamboos. Oh, there's an R6, R1, don't know. From what I've seen, it seems that Japanese quite enjoy sort of Harley style, Triumph, Bonneville looking kind of, you know, sort of old-fashioned bikes. I mean, you do see sport bikes as well. It's quite difficult to get a unrestricted license in Japan, so I think a lot of people have 250s or 400s because that's the sort of the lower category. But I've only seen one Hayabusa touring today. Oh god, I didn't even notice it right in front of me. Bloody hell, it's massive. Meltwater.